Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Christmas Minis 2022 potted Christmas tree. I have not managed to find it on here. Wait, actually, crap, was there a middle page that had more completed? I don't remember. I've had some. Okay, I don't see any. So, it's this guy. That one. You'll see it when I finish it. I'm so sad. I broke this nail yesterday, so I just trimmed all of them, so they're all kind of short now. It was so pretty yesterday. But it's okay. Yeah. David and I went to a breakfast place called, I think it was Baby Stacks, and they have s'mores pancakes, which literally taste like s'mores. They were so good. I don't have it open anymore, so it doesn't matter. But delicious. Like, I took my bite and I was like, that's a pancake? That tastes like a s'more. It was crazy. I sound like a crazy person. I'm a little tired. Took me so long to fall asleep last night. And it's already 7:40. Like, I've been up since 6, so I don't know why I'm so tired. Oh well. I'm gonna work on my 5th Christmas ornament of the year. You're slowly knocking these out. Slowly. Okay, I'm gonna stitch now.
All right, we talked about Fairy Tale when we finished it, and now we're going to talk about Eden Zero, which is the same manga artist and virtually the same characters.
Yeah.
Like, at the very least, Happy is still Happy.
Mm-hmm. And the main girl.
Rebecca looks exactly like Lucy. Like, exactly.
Although Lucy is technically in the show. As is Natsu.
That's right. They were in a couple scenes. It was just like little background
cameo
things, which was super cute. I liked that.
Yeah.
But Shiki, was that his name? Shiki was Natsu meets Gray.
Yeah.
Like, he was an amalgamation of the previous main characters.
And to be fair, like, I caught on Adult Swim? No, Toonami forever ago, Rave Master, which was his predecessor to Fairy Tale, I believe. And I don't remember anything about it, but I do know that Plu, or whatever, the little snowman with the carrot nose, was in that. And the characters did look very similar to my memory. I can't tell you how similar, if it was like even down to the same hair color. But the guy clearly knows he's got a style that, air quotes, works, and he just sticks with it. There are a couple of characters in this show who are clear rip-offs of characters from Fairy Tale.
Elsie is definitely Erza Scarlet.
Erza Scarlet, Elsie Crimson. Wow, I can see what you did there.
Wow, he's so creative.
Yeah, and like...
I mean, I will say, though, the powers that Shiki had, the gravity stuff, was amazing.
So,
like, that was awesome.
To get the obvious out of the way first, the fan service is over the top. Like, it was already bad in Fairy Tale.
I feel like it was worse here, yeah.
Which is not it's just so gratuitous. Like, get it, he's targeting teenage boys, but come on. But like, whatever. Anyways,
But no, just like with Fairy Tale, when he comes up with a really cool power, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And the gravity stuff Shiki does is amazing. Like, we get to learn it with him, which is really nice. I liked it.
Out of the gate, this is a more interesting story. Fairy Tale, I didn't really care about the beginning, because it's the usual, like, okay, we're going to meet all the characters.
I want to be in a guild. We're all going to be friends.
We're going to meet all the characters. Let's have each one of them have a problem each week. And this still does that, but it does it a lot more interestingly. Like, the main power of the main character is just more interesting, partly because he's realized you can't get away with just having them do the Kamehameha every episode. You know, he was doing that with Natsu really, really early on.
Oh, yeah, like, all the Dragon Slayers were honestly the most boring.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, I've got a breath weapon.
Let's
and, claws or whatever. Like, yeah, All of the Dragon Slayers had the worst, most boring powers of anyone. They did have one of the most interesting weaknesses with the motion sickness, but not gonna lie, I wish that had only been Natsu's weakness. I wish it wasn't a Dragon Slayer thing, because that does make it less interesting.
But anyways, on here,
Sorry.
No, I know, because we've already kind of done that with Fairy Tail. Shiki's starting story is already more interesting. Like, there's this weird robot planet, and the actual opening is a fairly touching concept about, how the robots are trying to get him off the planet and, pretending to be evil and blah, 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 blah.
And they're pretending that he is fixing them.
Yeah.
When in reality, they are straight up falling apart.
Yeah.
He cannot fix them.
Yeah.
And that's why they want him off the planet. Because they're like, we're dying. And when he eventually, cannot fix us, he's going to be the only one remaining.
Yeah. So they kick him off planet, basically. And, of course, he runs into the girl who's pretty and blah, 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 blah. And she wants to be an Instagram star, except they're called V-Cubers or something.
Yeah.
I
B-Cubers, I
don't
think?
know. It was dumb.
I liked the idea.
I get it. I get it's more relatable for the modern age, but gosh, I feel like it's such a vain desire. Like, I don't know, at least if you're an actor.
He says to the YouTuber with a vain YouTube channel.
But the thing is that you're not like, oh, I think this is, like, it's not your goal to be famous from this channel. This is your hobby,
this is what I
and
enjoy
passion.
doing. Yeah.
And you happen to talk to your fiancé about random crap you watch, so it's just kind of fun, as opposed to, I'm going to be the most famous by being loud and obnoxious and
I'm going to stage
overreacting.
this to be perfect for a video.
Which, to be fair, they do poke fun at that. So again, it's already a little more self-aware.
that other girl with
not just even
with the really cool hair.
Not just the other girl, but even with Rebecca, like, we could stage this, and like I think even Shiki kind of calls her out on it. So I don't know if there's something deeper they're going to do there, which kind of gets to my bigger problem with his writing in general, which is he has a lot of cool ideas. He even has some really good narratives. It's just he doesn't often deliver on them. I can point to lots of cool moments, but I can't say it's worth sitting through all the junk that was in the way before that.
Yeah.
This one's better.
It's also shorter.
Well, I mean, it's not over,
No, I know, but what is out right now is...
And who knows? Maybe
even one season of that was still shorter than one season of Fairy Tail, wasn't it?
And it may not get renewed for a new season, because I don't know if it's doing nearly as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not.
Yeah.
There are definitely still some dumb plot points, and, like, we're not even on the main plot yet. We're still on... I think we just collected all the Pokemon as far as getting main cast members goes, because we had to get the ship, and then we had to get everybody on the ship. We had to find all the lost people, and... blah 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 blah, and each one had an arc, and
we did get Rebecca and Rebecca and Happy's backstory, which absolutely made me cry.
Yes.
Oh man. So like, basically, Happy was a real cat. Happy straight up died. She brought him to a robotics grandpa guy or whatever, and he made Happy into a robot who can turn into guns.
Yep.
It's super weird, but it's pretty cool. Like, he is different from the previous Happy.
And yeah,
but, I cried so much, you guys.
And that old grandpa is the center of one, I think both of our favorite characters.
And
also
his previous younger.
Well, yeah, because
whatever.
I was going to link right into that, which is. So this old grandpa, they eventually decide to go back to him, but when they go to the planet, they find him, and he's 50 years younger, and he's like their age. He's like, I'm not a doctor. And he's vastly different than the generous grandpa they remember. He's like kind of a piece of work. He's a little bit like
he's a jerk.
Well, I was going to say he's kind of an immature Han Solo, which is funny given Han Solo, but that's kind of like the archetype they're going for.
Yeah.
And it's fun because what's really going on, this is again one of his more creative ideas, are there these creatures, these massive Dragons, yeah, and they eat time. So they can eat the time on a planet, and so that time is gone, and it rewinds the time on that planet. So they haven't traveled back in time. Rather, the main characters haven't traveled back in time so much as that entire planet has lost all the time that it had, and so now they have to start over from an earlier point and just be different people because things have changed. Stuff has happened. And it's a really neat idea and a good excuse to kind of get this character introduced.
One of the things I really liked about that, what was his name?
Steiner.
So Steiner from 50 years in the past leaves this planet to hang out with Rebecca and them. Mm-hmm. And then you eventually, I don't remember if it was the next episode or if it was the same episode, but you get a video call from Dr. Steiner as they know him. he has already gotten off the planet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this character has two
versions.
There's
of
two
himself.
versions of
Yeah,
himself
that's right. I forgot
in
about
reality
that.
right now.
They never delivered on that.
They
but that is
didn't,
another
but I'm
thing.
excited for it to happen.
Yeah, and again, like, these are some really creative concepts. Unfortunately, I could tell you that the arcs themselves, like, I remember being bored to tears with one of them, like the Homura arc, what introduced her.
Was that the other?
Well, sorry,
beekeeper?
the one where they went into a video game and they like changed their appearances.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
that
it had
whole arc-
moments, but it was.
I literally couldn't tell you what happened in that, other than like Homura was replaced by someone pretending to be her, and they bought it until she showed up, and it was just they have a little bit of fun with it, but it's just weak in my opinion. But
Her character is fun though.
She is.
Literally speaks everything aloud.
that she thinks she doesn't like acknowledge that, and it's a dumb trope, but it's done well.
Well,
like,
no,
you
she
know.
does acknowledge it. She's like, I need to stop talking out loud.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she says that out loud, or she's like, I hope they don't notice that I hate them. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's that sort of stuff.
I hope I didn't say that out loud. Like, yeah,
I don't
she was funny.
I really don't like the cast of the ship. The witch, the sister, the hermit, and then the Valkyrie. So the witch is the pilot of the ship, sister's the nun, and then there's the hermit girl.
Okay,
who's
Moscow was the creepy one.
And Moscow's weird too, but like
I
they're just-
liked Witch. That was about it, and it was mostly for her design. But even then,
It's
they're
so
all just
fan
stereotypes, and it's just fan service.
Yeah, and like maybe they'll do something interesting with them, but so far they're absolutely some of the weakest part. Valkyrie's kind of the most interesting of the four because she's dead.
Yeah.
And they at least kind of had a neat plot there with Homura and her mother and all that nonsense. But yeah, I mean it was whatever. Yeah, Madame Kurana.
Oh yeah, her mom.
That was decent.
That plot was interesting. Yeah.
And again, they speed ran the "oh no, we're slaves in a tower."
Yeah.
Um,
And then Shiki got to go all out with his gravity stuff. Like every fight Shiki is in is
Yeah.
fun because he gets to use his powers, and he uses them in different ways.
yeah,
which
Steiner's
I really
powers
appreciate.
are also pretty interesting too. The whole getting to like remake
suit.
things.
I vaguely remember this. Yes,
Yeah,
Steiner is my favorite. Young Steiner is
Yeah.
my favorite character, by the way.
And yeah, he can make things like he can take any.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he fixed the ship, right?
Not only that, but like he can like take a pipe and turn it into a gun. Not
Yeah,
quite like that, but like he
but-
can just basically magically BS his way into whatever he needs.
Yeah, it was
but
really cool.
They still do a good job of limiting it and working with it. But yeah, the older supporting cast is like disappointing, and then the fact that they've got Elsie, who's just Erza, and Draken Joe, who is Draken Joe from.
Well, no. Oh, wait. Elsie at first appeared to be evil, and
But
then it was
no.
obvious she was good. And I was really angry.
Yeah.
If they had made her evil,
That at least would have been unique.
yeah, that would have separated her from
But
Erza.
no,
But
she's-
no, she's a good guy. She's
Yeah,
a straight
The
on
only
full
good
guy.
news is that she's not heavily involved in this. She's like a side character.
Erza started as a side character, too.
No, she's much less involved than Erza was even at the start. Like, she becomes part of the main party pretty quickly, whereas she is technically a separate entity that they are aware of, and she's somehow...
Yeah, she's
whatever.
on, like, a different side of the universe.
I don't know.
Solar system?
Whatever.
I don't know.
They're looking for Mother. She's a magic wish-granting universe creator, and the main character wants to make all these friends, so there's sweet moments about that. And, like, short version, this already has, in my opinion, way more potential than Fairy Tail ever had. In a lot of little ways. But it also has a lot of flaws. So, I mean, I'm curious to see where it goes. Like, I'd read a plot synopsis. I don't know that I'd watch. Like, I'll watch more if you want to watch more, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, oh, yeah, each season, we gotta go sit down, dude. Like,
Honestly, if they got rid of the gratuitous fan service, I'd like it more.
yeah, that's absolutely true.
Like,
but I
the
still don't know that I'd
furniture
like it
episode
enough.
was just, even for me, I was like, bruh, we're doing this? Really? But, I was looking at the characters. Pino. The little
Ian Pino,
robot. She
yeah.
was cute, but annoying.
Yeah.
I much prefer Happy. I feel like when you start getting your cute little pet characters, essentially, there's a point where you have too many, and Pino is too many.
Yeah, and also her, she's just very cliche consistently. I don't know.
Yeah, very
Show's
cliche.
got potential, but...
Like, if you wanted to watch Fairy Tail and didn't have time, you could give this one a shot. and then decide from there if you want to watch Fairy Tale or not. Because, yeah, it's one season so far.
Yup.
Versus Fairy Tale was like a gajillion.
Yup.
And it was just very, very, very long.
Yup.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got. Like, I really don't think there's anything better to say.
Yeah. I think that's all I've got to.
And that is the end of Christmas Minis 2022 potted Christmas tree. I almost completely misspoke, so I'm sure it's still completely obvious that I was talking weird. I got an hour and 42 minutes of footage. Am I the only one that thinks it's kind of weird that, like, the snow garland is outlined in black? Like, I feel like it should have been, like, a light blue. I don't know. And honestly, doing it like this makes it look like it's supposed to be like popcorn. But the color of the yellow ornaments is better for that. So, I don't know. But that's 5 down. I'm getting there. I have nothing else to say. So, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys next video.